All right. Today, I want to talk about a specific bag. This is the MOLLE II Assault Pack in the ACU UCP pattern. As it comes, it doesn't come with this pouch on the side, this waist pack wrapped through the MOLLE down here, or this IFAC, which I'm kind of using as like a makeshift GP pouch, just a pouch to store shit. But the reason I'm talking about this bag is because everybody wants expensive rucksacks or REI bags. I used to wear this thing in the Army, and at the time it wasn't my favorite because it didn't have a solid frame, but underneath here there's foam and plastic. The weight most people would carry in here is anywhere from 25 to 40 pounds, which is perfect for the structure of the way this bag was made. I'm gonna show you the inside of it. See, there's a foam pad, a plastic frame in here, which help with back rigidity. Now, if you're wearing like a plate carrier, that only matters so much because the plates on your back are gonna kind of form as like, not its own frame, but as a solid surface to rest on your back. I've worn these before with chest rigs only, or without anything. When I was younger, I went on a pretty long hike with one of these, and it wasn't terrible. Right now I have it in at 30 pounds, which honestly I should be doing more, but I just wanted to try her out with 30 pounds in her. And I just kind of wanted to show what the thing looks like if you have it outfitted. And if the pattern looks bright, it's because this one's brand new. I have like 30 of these in stock, varying from looking brand new like this to looking pretty faded. Some people will complain or not want the faded one, but honestly the faded one blends in pretty well. Like here it is against the backdrop of trees. Doesn't blend in very well, but it's not terrible. I'll do a video about spray painting these, and that sounds like a crazy concept, but spray painting nylon gear works pretty well. So yeah, and these bags are freaking durable, man. Everybody wants to bug out with like a giant bag, which odds are you're not gonna bug out, you're gonna bug in. But having like a little patrol bag or a bag to carry extra socks, underwear, water, medical gear, ammunition, whatever, extra radios, batteries, this will do it. You're not gonna live for a year out of this thing, but you could probably do 3 days. You could easily do 3 days, especially with the extra stuff attached to it. Like, I mean, this waist pack is perfect for ponchos and woobies and like a bivy bag. Like that fits perfectly in here. Right now I have a thick ass windbreaker and a smoker's top, which is like a woobie but with sleeves essentially. And this one I have extra socks, underwear, a t-shirt, I think like a stick of deodorant. I just put this together yesterday because I wanted to take it for a ruck. Typically I use the medium ruck, but I wanted to try this out, make a video about it, mostly because I am selling them for pretty cheap actually, and for the price they're not the most, well, for the price they're pretty good, but they're not the most glamorous bag, they're not the most sought after ones. I had like 3 of the multicam ones. They sold out really, really freaking quick. A lot of people wanted the multicam ones. But honestly, I mean, those multicam ones sold for $60, which I think is a fair price for a multicam one, especially a bag that will probably last 20 years just due to like the quality of its stitching. I mean, this stuff works. When I was in the Army, I mean, you could throw these things in the back of vehicles. They never tore. They got faded, they got frayed, like fabric got frayed, but the buckles never broke. The stitching for where the buckles lay never broke. I mean, I've seen guys mount machine gun barrels and tripods to these things, and then as they fade, they get better looking. And then if you spray paint it, it looks just as good, if not better, than the multicam one, which that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna spray it, but today I'm gonna throw it on and probably do 10 miles, 8 miles, see how I'm feeling. It's been about 2 weeks since I went on a ruck, and yeah, but we'll see. I'm wearing a plate carrier and a chest rig tapped in conjunction with this. That whole setup, like my chest rig and plate carrier, is about 15 pounds. So 30 pounds in the bag, or the bag itself is 30 pounds, and then 50 pounds on me. That's 45 pounds. That's more weight than what most people really want to ruck and train with. Right now, what I'm getting the weight from is just a lot of water. I could have went to 35, but I'd already left the house and I went to the scale at my work to weigh this thing because I don't have a scale at home, and I saw that I was below weight, so I added a few more waters, and yeah, 30 was the closest weight I could get to. I don't like going on, rucking for workouts, especially like in a place where people live. I don't like taking ammunition with me or anything weapon related, just because you're already standing out by rucking with like a military bag and pants. Why are you wearing the pants? Why are you wearing the cries? Well, they're not cries, they're Arctis, but I'm doing it because if you don't walk for a long period of time in pants that you think you're gonna wear for like a real situation, or for just any kind of, you could judge for like guys who prep, but I mean, it's kind of like our right to do it. So, but yeah, if you don't wear the pants or the stuff you'd probably be wearing, then how are you gonna know how do you know how you're going to perform in it, or if it's gonna work out for you, or if there's gonna be any issues in the future? And I mean, I'm outside. I'll be walking through some residential blocks. I've done it before. Nobody's raised questions. I have like a bright ass bottle, and I have like a Nike headband I'm gonna be wearing so that way people know I'm working out. And on top of that, I'm wearing Oakleys right now. But yeah, if you don't use your shit, you don't know if it's gonna work. Also, you're not gonna be conditioned for it. Yeah, sure, you could take it on a treadmill, but that's not the same. It's not the same at all. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it on and show you guys what it looks like on the back. All right. Oh. Alright, so this is what it looks like wearing it in conjunction with the plate carrier. It's not bad, it feels alright. And since it's not like a massive bag, you don't need the pull down straps that rise the load higher up on your back. I typically like rucking with the medium ruck with the plastic frame that slides in. I really like the large ruck, but that thing squeaks a lot when you're rucking in it. But like a bag like this, set up this way, will do most of what the average citizen needs to do. You're not in the military, So you're not carrying mortar tubes. You're carrying about as much ammo as you and your buddies can afford. You probably don't have night vision. And you probably have a red dot or an LPVO where you're rocking those tiny ass batteries. So it's not like you need AAAs or a bunch of batteries for radios, for thermals and whatnot. This will do most of anything what an average citizen could find themselves doing. So yeah, so far it feels comfortable. I did a lot of walking with this bag in the Army, specifically this color pattern, the ugliest color pattern. Everybody had multicam uniforms, OCP, but I was in a unit where we were still rocking ACU gear. It was pretty whack at the time. I hated it. And then, you know, big Army, you can't spray paint your gear or cut it up or make changes to it because you got to turn it back in. So now as a civilian, you can do that. So honestly, I don't think it's that bad looking of a bag. I am going to spray paint it though. I'll make a video because I think that's something you should do. I'm probably going to spray paint. I like the Coyote. I don't want multicam pouches. I think multicam's like corny. But the ACU pouches, I'm probably going to spray paint them with like a little bit of tan, maybe a little bit of green. I don't want it looking uniform or just bright green. I want it looking a little dirty, a little worn, because nothing out here is uniform. The bag, yeah, I'll spray paint it, get some netting, get some leaves, and it's gonna look pretty good. But now I'm gonna go for an 8-miler. But yeah, I'll get back to it. All right, so I just completed 5.1 miles with this new Assault Pack. My time was 1 hour and 29 minutes, which isn't that good a time, but you gotta count the hills, walking through like a wooded park, sidewalks, intersections you gotta wait on, stuff like that. Sidewalks are getting crowded. Excuse the noise, but so I did the ruck. I have it up front so that way I can show you because I'm holding my phone. But I did the ruck with a plate carrier on the back end of it. Bag was about 30 pounds. Plate carrier is about 15, not including water, of course. But since it's not a crazy large bag, it goes real good with like 30 to 45 pounds. I'd say 50 pounds is pushing it for the weight of this bag. Right now it's full of water and clothes. Clothes at the bottom where it's lightest or where you want the least amount of weight, and then water at the top. So not my drinking water, but like weight water. So it's a bunch of water bottles instead of a trash bag. The weight isn't taken into account my Camelback or water that I did have on my plate carrier. So like I said, I messed with it. I'll throw it on my back so you can see what it looks like on the back. But it did some stuff to it. There's MOLLE on the side of the Assault Pack. I was able to attach, you know, like an admin pouch. This is like a 511 one. They make okay pouches. And I was able to add an IFAC pouch to store whatever you want. I have a ton of these in stock, so I figured why not just throw it on here and see how I like having that extra storage on the side. Then on the bottom, I added a waist pack. Inside that waist pack is like a bivvy, stuff sack, poncho, whoopee. Did I say whoopee already? But yeah, with these bags, they're not as bulky or over-engineered as a medium ruck or a full-size ruck, but you can do a lot to them. I'll bring the camera closer. But yeah, they're pretty good. It wasn't too bad of a ruck. The only thing I'll say is, and it could be my plate carrier or the fact that like my shoulders aren't the greatest, but these straps, they're not the most padded, but if you got a good plate carrier underneath these pads, you'll be okay. But as is, I mean, they're pretty thin. Not thin like as far as this, but like thin as in like that. I mean, there's not a whole lot of padding. So it did hurt my shoulders a little more, but I do have this thing packed pretty full. And like I'm moving quick with it. Well, if you think a mile, 5 miles in an hour and a half is quick. It's really not that. It's gonna have most anything a civilian would need. As civilians, we're not carrying mortar rounds. We're not going out into the sticks for months on end with like a ruck and like needing a dozen socks, a dozen shirts, a dozen pairs of underwear, like 500 extra rounds of ammo. You could store ammo in this. Like as a civilian, the top things you should have is water and ammo, and yeah, any other sustainment gear. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. I'm gonna throw it back on and do the 5 miles back to my car. Thankfully, most of it's downhill. My walk over here, my hike, ruck, whatever you want to call it, it was majority uphill, not super steep for most of the time, but gradual incline. There was a few steep spots, but the way back should be easy. You should be taking your gear out and rucking with it, regardless of how it looks or the way people look at you. It doesn't matter. You're training, they're not. And how are you going to know if your gear is going to hold up or what you like or dislike about it unless you wear it and actually, you know, struggle in it a little bit. And take it to the range. Shoot with your kit on. Who gives a fuck what people think also? But yeah, it was probably, so it wasn't terrible rucking with this thing. I think it was, you know, I'm just like fatigued from work and working out. And I really didn't stretch. I did a little bit of stretching, but it's not like I take 20, 30 minutes of stretching. I do like 10 minutes. So yeah, throw it back on, head back. I'll probably keep using this bag for smaller things, but I have a medium ruck I really like. I'm selling ruck frames and ruck bags and waist belts. I don't have the straps for them yet. So I'm waiting to buy the shoulder straps for the large ruck before I put together a ruck, because I really like the large ruck. The only downside to it is if you don't know what you're doing, you could set it up wrong, and the motherfucker squeaks a lot whenever you're hiking. You hear like the whole time you're rucking, just from the frame and the weight shifting on it. Or not shifting on it, but like that plastic frame, it squeaks. If you're in the military, you know what I'm talking about. It gets very annoying. But it's a great bag, and I feel like I can pack that thing even heavier, and I can tighten the load even higher on my back with that ruck. So, yeah, I'm selling ruck frames, waist belts, and ruck bags. I have a lot of frames and a lot of belts. I maybe have a dozen bags, a few in multicam, but most of them are in ACU pattern, which is this pattern. Also, it's the ugliest pattern in the world, but you can spray paint it. You can run it through the dirt or run it through the grass, get it faded up. Once it's faded, it doesn't look too terrible. And once you spray paint it, it probably looks better than multicam. Multicam's corny. Stop buying multicam. Buy something else. Unless you like it. Buy it from me. If you like multicam, buy it from me. But I gotta get back to it. Next video, I'll do me spray painting the thing. So I'm not selling this one. This one I'm keeping. All right, y'all have a good one.